Alright.
Well, it finally happened. Final Fantasy VII collaborated with itself.
Well, mostly for that kind of sake. Basically, I'm taking the occasion, if the logo has a unique appearance and slash or jingle, I'm keeping it there just because for the sake of, the music on it, even if there's nothing going on screen. Because yes, this was the first major times for the release, coinciding with the release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, so they obviously did a tie-in. This is not the only time that we're gonna do that, and I'm pretty confident. By the time we're recording this, the Switch 2 version of Remake has to be released. I'm pretty confident something will happen, even with that.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't just, induct this into Ever Crisis, but I'm guessing this collaboration, if I recall correctly,
And one of the
was
things
from a
that you
section
get,
they'd
that
already
you can
passed
get
over.
in the banners is Tifa Cowgirl outfit, so you can bet your ass on getting that.
Hell yeah.
Red, black fur outfit was something we'll get later on down the line.
Also, I saw that Metal Gear Solid outfit, Cloud.
That wasn't really Metal Gear Solid. If I correctly, it was the Halloween costume. Anyway, there you go. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth followed by Hero Prologue. This is literally just a tie-in that in pure promotional, cheapest form, in a sense that it's not really an original story. It just let you see, kind of as a demo, the early parts of Rebirth to hook you in so you can actually purchase the game. Again, I even contemplated potentially not recording this, but I was like, well, it's gonna be maybe a while until we get to Rebirth, so why not, just as a bite-sized thing. And the interesting thing, you're going with a pre-built set, including Adult Sephiroth.
Alright then, seeing as we got the time, wanna tell us the rest about you and your buddy Sephiroth? Sure, if Tifa doesn't mind. Me? Yeah, no problem. It's cool. It all started 5 years ago. I was 16 at the time. There was hardly any work for soldiers back then, and what little there was boring as hell. My heart wasn't in it. And out of nowhere, the job of a lifetime came up. A mission with Sephiroth. I couldn't believe my luck. Little did I know, my luck was about to change. It's really coming down, huh? Hey, man, feeling any better?
No, I'm good.
Sure don't look it. Wish I could help, but never been motion sick. Sorry, man.
Fuck you.
Mm-hmm. Ready to do this?
Yeah, you bet.
Of course, the squatting.
Yes.
Hey, reins in.
Sorry, no can do.
Kids.
You were a kid once too, Seth. Say, I'd like to be briefed on the mission at some point. Because if it's another one of those Turk gigs, you can let me off right here.
Really?
Finally make first, and what do? Call a Sea-Star with Wu-Tai, stealing my shot at glory. I didn't join Soldier to be an errand boy. I joined up so I could be a hero like you.
Well, our mission is to survey around our reactor. Another one of those Turks geeks.
So bye then.
Fine. Job's a job, I guess.
Cameraman is having a fun time going back and forth.
What are you saying? That small ass truck.
Nibelheim? That's where I grew up.
Remember, all the cutscenes were mocap. So
Got some friends in our 12th.
let's go. So, yeah, here's the thing. Okay, first of all, they let you fight a red dragon where you were fighting a green one in the original game, so no idea what the fuck we were thinking with this.
The dragon felt like a makeover.
Sure, whatever. I forgot which Cloud... Okay, Cloud's preset has very terrible attack, which, to be fair, it kind of feels with the original where it was weak as shit. But the gimmick is that for a fight like this, Sephiroth at least cannot be KO'd, and has a custom moveset of Tenuri Fury, Zanshin, Hell's Gate, Tiraga, and Kuraga, in case you need, an extra boost from, free HP. But again, here's the thing, if you haven't played Rebirth, this is already weird, because they reworked for some reason the beginning fight. Instead of actually fighting the dragon, they let you fight the two smaller dragons, the one with the chipmunk cheeks, I forgot the name of the monster specifically, but you'll be able to see because they keep the cutscene after this fight is over, so there's a bit of a dissonance between what you are fighting and what is actually going on in the game. So, already from the get-go, this advertising is on weird ground.
Okay, if I recall correctly, also in Ever Crisis, didn't we already cover the flashback sequence with Cloud or whatnot?
Mind you, Jova, this is the Rebirth version of the flashback.
Yeah. I love it! I love it! For our collaboration, you can replay a section of Ever Crisis that you've already played, but now you get fancy cutscenes and slightly different fights along with it.
To be fair, Jova, there is something drastically different. Of course, it's limited after Flash. There is something drastically different about how the way the Nibelheim flashback is done in Rebirth. There you go. That being said, it's still hilarious that yet another piece of media has another complete different way to tell how things went down in Nibelheim. It's like we're actually compelled to have each of the games of the compilation to tell their own different take on what happened.
Translation, we need to justify people constantly paying for these new versions. He was in a different league from the rest of us.
Yeah, it was so cool, I get it.
And we transition back to the victory bout.
Yeah, that's basically what events like this with FMVs do, They have, battle, FMV, and then, you winning. Cloud and the others arrive in Nibelheim and rest up for their mission the following day. The next morning. What a lovely place Nibelheim is.
Oh, yes.
Sure would be a shame if something bad happened to it.
We leave once our guide arrives.
Yes, sir!
Sephiroth, sir, I must insist that I take you up the mountain. My daughter isn't...
Dad!
Tifa! You can still back out. You don't have to do this.
I'm going and that's that. There'll be 2 soldiers with me. I'll be fine.
Okay.
Good morning, sir. I'll be your guide for the day.
Tifa? You're our guide?
I sure am. You can ask anyone around here. I'm the best there is.
Sure, Wolverine.
You can get
Not
hurt.
if you remember your job she wants. Come on.
For posterity, sir?
Not today.
No
Can you talk to him?
photos.
Please, Sephiroth. It'd mean a lot to us.
It's just one photo. Come on, what's the harm in that?
Fine.
Whatever.
Sephiroth being coerced to take a picture with rabid fans.
God, what a time.
Remember when Sephiroth was the normal one? Say cheese! Sounds like you were having a good time.
Just
Yeah.
stands there.
I guess we were for a while. He seemed less stab happy back then. Of course, he had to take his anger out on the pincers.
They still do a good job in conveying how Sephiroth is still a killing machine, but I'll have to talk more about this in a later part. And yeah, his victory pose is actually the same one that they got from... In case you're wondering, the one of young Sephiroth also similar to this, but, you know, a bit more rough around the edges, representative of his youth. But the victory pose that Sephiroth is having, the first time it actually, you know, properly showcased, I don't think it was her, guys, but if so, it was also in the original game, which was properly instead showcased in the Dissidia games, which it got elaborate, and, you know, this is another showcase to that.
It's weird seeing Cloud in his fanboy era.
The one thing that Rebirth does is basically play with hindsight, because now the twist about Cloud's, you know, identity is well known. The flashbacks plays a lot around by having Cloud behaving more like Crisis Core's Zack, so having to do a lot more referencing to events of that and being a lot more playful. While in the original game, while this was still a present, it was still in a more stoic kind of way, if you can put it that way. They weathered a storm as we climbed Mount Nibel and head toward the reactor. Just as we approached the Canyon Bridge, if you forgot, yeah, the bridge actually, you know, fell down, broke down, and they all fell down. Rebirth bothers to tell you why it was such, you know, a bad moment. While in the original we just cut to them, you know, waking up.
Not really.
Yeah, this is Testament. The localization bothers to have Tifa making a snark quip instead of actually feeling in distress. Just to note.
What are you?
Prepare to meet Kali in hell.
Well, sucks to be those soldiers.
It's a good thing none of them are important.
Nope, just faceless NPCs.
Just walks through it.
Oh, Sephiroth is such a Chad, he can do it. It serves probably to showcase, you know, a difference between the type of soldier and the more regular humans. And yeah, unfortunately, they're not able to catch the other one, which is consistent with the original game. Only one of the grunts did survive the fall of the bridge, and here we sadly see that what happened to the poor bastard. So, yay, go team.
Okay, trip's not off to the best start. Not even the almighty Sephiroth could undo
He's in
death.
fate's hands now. We're just going to pray for a segment of the compilation that tells what happened to the guy.
It turns out he survived and became Dine.
I mean, again, to be fair, this is the biggest inspiration that Nomura declared to be a fan of in making stuff like Kingdom Hearts, and this was Star Wars. It was one of the things that Star Wars loves to do, have expanded material that explains in minute detail, even the tiniest detail of every aspect of the universe.
Okay, Square being big fans of Star Wars would explain their mentality with a lot of their IPs and how they... Okay, I don't know if it's always intentional, but you can tell that anything so much as just a page off, they will expand inside material. Sadly, it's not always the most accessible side material, but
again, I
nonetheless.
wouldn't say every single one of their IP, but mostly the stuff that Nomura touches. Again, Kingdom Hearts and these to an extent. For example,
the major IPs, basically.
For example, you know, if you remember, as I mentioned a couple of times, instead Yoko Taro's approach when it comes to Nier, instead every other piece is just an alternate timeline. Because why not?
Of course. Nier Automata did some weird stuff with how it connected itself to the original.
Well, believe it or not that much when you really get down to it. The whole thing about the alien invasion, that was technically foreshadowed in the side material that Deep talked about what happened to P-33 unit, the one that befriended the Shade, the little Shade, Khalil, because he did not die, and eventually, you know, was an inspiration for the machines that the alien made. The thing is that it was the one piece of media that felt so ludicrous that people were like, yeah, we're just gonna, you know, ignore that for a sequel. Well, I'm stand corrected. A Mako Spring.
It's beautiful. And also very radioactive. Yeah, but if we keep using our Mako to power our home, springs like this will disappear, right? What are you talking about? Who told you that? My dad. And the mayor, if you must know. Except the planet's huge. Mako will never run out. Right?
No.
Naturally for materia. And look at the size of it. Astounding. For the Mako energy to condense into something this, it must have taken an eternity.
I've always wondered, how does materia let you cast spells exactly?
How did you ever get to be a soldier? Put it simply, the knowledge of the ancients is sealed within each core. That knowledge not only connects us to the planet, it allows us to tap into her power. That's how we can use magic, or so they say.
Really? Magic sure is weird.
Young say.
I know someone who'll believe it to hear you call it weird or magic for that matter. I can just imagine what they'd say. It's an affront to science.
Who?
Hojo from Research and Development. His predecessor was a great man, but him? He's anything but.
Hey, don't talk about your old man like that.
To be fair,
You should totally keep on calling it magic just to piss him off specifically.
To be fair, Hojo is such a greasy person that nobody likes him and they just, allow him to do his weird science because it's useful somehow to the company. It's the one company member they don't invite to Christmas parties just for that.
Like, Hojo is so greasy that there's a noticeable amount of Final Fantasy VII fans who follow the theory that Vincent is actually Sephiroth's true father, because they can't imagine someone as awesome as Sephiroth coming from Hojo. Even though, let's be honest, Sephiroth is technically even more villainous than Hojo. By technicality only.
Alright, here's one big change that they had in Rebirth. Wait.
Sprung elite.
What?
They let you fight the Materia Keeper as the first boss, so get back. That's one ugly motherfucker. You said you wanted to be a hero.
They're already flirting.
Wish I hadn't.
It gets even better. It's better conveyed in Rebirth, but one thing that they added in the gameplay is combined attacks, where you have certain party members you can perform, combined attacks by having their abilities intertwined. And the one between Cloud and Sephiroth are basically just the right amount of, why don't we just kiss already?
Oh, goodness gracious. This is probably why a lot of people see Phoenix as Cloud and Regiment as Sephiroth.
So yeah, the Materia Guardian, not Keeper, okay, it's fairly straightforward. For now it's just, as the basic attacks with a couple of earth moves, but nothing too much of a problem. I would like to say that the boss theme that they created for him is actually pretty cool.
Good chunk of health off.
Well, no, remember,
but
the interrupted status is literally like the stagger maneuver from 13. It just puts the enemy in a dazing state and you can take advantage of that.
But yeah, no, I will say that for the most part, the way Square are handling the remake is fine, though I will admit, there have definitely been times where I still tilt my head and wonder, you guys do know what you're doing. You've had literally decades to plan it out. And yet sometimes I wonder if they still wing some stuff or change some stuff.
However,
at
that
the last
was
minute.
just phase 1, baby, on me. On. Yeah, you did not hear no bell. Basically, being true to its name, the Materia Keeper... You're practically panting.
I'm just excited.
Such a pup.
Goodness gracious! Oh my god!
So yeah, the Materia Keeper, being true to its name, absorbs a bunch of Mako energy to become electrically charged. Which, if you remember the original, yeah, it's gonna use a try now as an attack, which is electric type, basically giving you a story excuse to do it.
Damn, Sephiroth's a freak.
You could say almost a cyborg.
So wait, is this why he killed Aerith? Because he didn't want any free competition?
Ah, yes, he is a yandere.
Well, sorry, let me put it like this. Tifa is the one you think will be the freak, but she's actually nice, gentle, and pure. Aerith's the one you think will be nice, gentle, and pure, but she's the freak. Both on the streets and in the sheets. And also as a
Yeah, makes sense.
Is there wondering again, because they wanted to go full in with the promotion, yeah, this is also still the battle thing that you get against that first boss. So this is why it's much more energetic, because this instead is not being created by the Ever Credits team, it's literally lifted from Rebirth.
Hey Sephiroth, why don't you throw some of those flares like you can in Smash?
Apparently they did not, well, to be fair, that's Shadow Flare, that's a different move, but clearly at this point story-wise Sephiroth doesn't have right now. Second, they wanted to still have the game being balanced to some degree, so...
Also, I'm pretty sure his biggest version of it is Giga Flare in Smash.
Oh, right, I keep forgetting that for some reason they gave it the standard play instead of Shadow Flare. Not sure why.
Okay. He can charge it though. I think it's like, it changes flares based off of how much you charge.
Yeah, it's still based on the basic attack from Bahamut, when in reality he really only had Shadow Flare in other, appearances like Dissidia. Not sure what exactly happened. Even in its recent addition in Astrobot only uses Hiraga, Blizzaga, Tundaga, and then parries Astro with an Octa Slash. I don't know. Anyway, to mention, not to diss the soundtrack that they created for Ever Crisis. Like I said, I really do appreciate the different remixes that they done for the basic themes and the battle themes. So even the original ones that come out, but I didn't comment on it. But the one that we heard for the Valentine event, we will hear it again for the Easter event. That sounds very similar to the composition from 13. Take it from here. There you go.
Hey, look, we didn't even have to leave blood. It just disperses and returns to the
Again,
planet.
the remake saga seemed to give a proper justification why the monster disappears. They just return to the planet, which actually it's a neat trick, admittedly.
Nice work, but I get the victory pose.
Of course.
Yes, it's like in when you play the multiplayer in Super Mario.
Reactor.
Like when you play the multiplayer in Super Mario World, whenever Luigi beats the boss, it's actually Mario that gets the credit.
Unbelievable.
Sephiroth takes his surroundings and pressure harder and he brandishes his sword.
I think they fixed it in the GBA version.
What are you doing?
These pods were built for the production of artificial materia. But Ojo repurposed them as incubators, cages for animals, infused with Mako.
The absolute fiend.
All to birth a new breed of monsters. The Makonoid, of course. But he didn't stop at animals. Oh no, there were other subjects. Look.
I mean, we are talking about the guy who also tried to breed an animal and a human, so you know.
My mother's name is Genova.
Sephiroth?
After having lost his composure, Sephiroth leaves the reactor and holds himself up in Shinra Manor.
I love the way it's
thought
phrased.
he
It
knew
makes
that.
it seem like-
Created from a 2,000-year-old rock layer, life form in stasis. Professor Gast named his life form Genova. Yeah, I don't remember only the Greek letter. Genova verified as an ancient. Genova project approved. Go on, Joe, in the meantime, we already know this dialogue.
Basically, Shiroi, he knew about the name Genova. He wasn't aware, though, of like.
Oh no, I thought he knew he wasn't human.
No, again.
No.
Well, okay, to the point of he just believed to be just enhanced by Mako, but
okay.
Gone.
You remember, Sheree, how during the first Soldier, he's been joking with Glenn about how Glenn called him a cyborg and everything? Let me put it like this. Sephiroth had kind of been grappling with his own thoughts of himself, but one thing that kept him sane was the idea that at his core, he was still human. Crisis Core shows how those, unfortunately...
Well, remember...
those beliefs he had in himself started to get questioned.
The original game did it too, remember. He was still, going on the assumption that he knew that his mother's name was Genova, but seeing that the reactor in Nibelheim had her name on, along with the other capsules used to breed monsters, made him start to, doubt himself. Crisis Core adds the whole thing about Genesis also want to contribute that, but we'll get to that point.
It really does beg to the stupidity of Shinra, literally sending Sephiroth on a mission that could compromise his own knowledge of his own being.
Sephiroth felt compelled to act. I'm just going to kill a whole bunch of innocent people.
Not the hat!
Just to let you know how evil he is. He steps on the hat. God. Just to let, in case you're wondering, yes, Motobu Toriyama is still the cutscene director of these.
Beautiful.
You really like Sephiroth's shoes, I guess.
Yeah, you can see how chunky those boots are. Of course this was him.
Sephiroth!
I know what you're thinking. Why did you kill all these people? They have nothing to do with
the updated form of the walk into, the fire image.
I know what you're thinking. What did they have? What did these innocent people have to do with the reactor? Nothing. But they were close to it, which meant that they were responsible, so I killed them all.
Yeah, it's like I'm taking out my frustration on the nearest living being, and it's an entire village.
Yeah, and I can't exactly kill you because,
Pod armor.
Yeah.
Anyway, tuning for the next part where we conclude the Rebirth event with the other portion of the demo, which instead showcases what the regular team does in the present, quote-unquote, during the early stages after Midgar and Calm. See you for that.
See ya.
See ya.